Hello, Roman Petrov. Hey, that worked. No, it didn't. It still destroyed the model. What the hell is going on with that? Yeah, I wish. Hello, Asger, Rick, and Gerald. Tinkercad is giving me freaking heartburn. It keeps breaking my models, and I don't know why. Okay, so this seemed to work okay. Yeah. Howdy, Pygar. Tinkercad has this little bug where when you merge models, it breaks the model. It does something bad to the models. And the problem is there's not much you can do about it. Usually just moving the part, rotating it, shifting it, or scaling it just a tiny bit fixes it. And it's usually only with very complex models with a long history of edits. But this one, for some reason, is a simple model that I made up in a few minutes, and it's destroying it when I merge it. And I don't know why. So this one fin unit does not seem to get destroyed. So let's make it 50 by 50 by 230. Come on. And well, I found one fin section that doesn't do it, so I exported that fin section as an STL, and I'm able to re-import it. And because it's a very simple triangle, there's no decimation. So now I'm going to try to do this. So now I need to rotate to 60 degrees, and then do it again. Now can I join them without decimation? Yes. Okay, that worked. Lasers, a lot of the times, don't have end stops. The 0 point is usually wherever you stick the laser head, so you push it to that same point each time. You just push it until you hit the hard stops. And that is 0. And then you just don't define a print that goes outside of that build volume, and you're fine. But yeah, a lot of the times they skip the end stop to save some money. I'm actually working on. I'll probably do them this weekend. I'm designing some little 3D printed clamps to put over the extrusions, so that I can define my 0 point wherever I want. So if I'm printing on a particular thing that I have in the middle of the bed, I can move my clamps to the right spot, and that'll be the new 0 point. Okay, so that worked. Well, it's kind of a bug I got in my head. yesterday. This guy designed a rocket, and it's a pretty heavy rocket. And I was like, I think I could do that a lot lighter. I think I could do that a whole lot lighter. And so now I can't get it out of my head. So I want to try to 3D print the entire booster as a single vase mode printed part. The whole booster, all of it. I think I can do it. Hey, Darren. So what I'm supposed to have is this. It's his design. I didn't design it. So you see, that looks great. No issues. I even figured out how to bevel a polygon, and it works really well. Like, I was worried about how it would handle the overlapping cut planes, but it handled them perfectly and created a perfect cut. I mean, it did a nice job. And it was so easy. So, what happens though, let me show you. So here's the model. I tried duplicating to make it go away. I need to merge the fins with the tube so I can begin to make the vase mode cutouts. Well, this is what Tinkercad does when I merge them. It destroys them. It puts all these funky little cutouts, all these little extra edges, this extra piece here, and this extra piece sticking out here. I mean, it puts stuff in here that doesn't even exist. It's like, where is all this even coming from? Look at all these extra pieces sticking out of the model. So, I mean, obviously I can't use that. It's no good. But then I noticed that this one right here, see this one unit right here? For whatever reason, that one's not being destroyed when I merge the model. Or is it? No. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, see? No defects. No defects. So it's something to do with these two. I'm not sure why.
I'm Groot.
So here, I wonder, what would happen? I wonder, what would happen if I just delete these? And then duplicate them. Now I wonder what happens if I merge them. Still breaks them. It still breaks the duplicates. I tried that. I tried one at a time. I tried... As soon as I merge these into it, it does it. Although I haven't tried it lately. Let's try it again. Well, first I gotta merge these. Because these are actually two halves. See, when I merge them to themselves, no problem. Nope, that one broke. Yeah, they're still breaking. What the hell? It wasn't even doing that last night. I did them one at a time, and it still breaks them. See? It adds these extra imprints and pieces and slivers, even when I do them one at a time. I mean, I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
Hi, everyone.
So I've already recreated the bottom in the new file. So let's copy over the new one, the nose cone. I figured out a way around it, so. Or the pie grass said hi.
Hi.
Okay. So now we know that works. So next thing I need to do is make the motor tube. Let's see. Cones and transitions, kits and building supplies. Body tubes. Oh, well, the only thing you can do is drive less. I mean, Jesus. I used my last gas points to fill up the Kia, and I'm not buying any more gas until it goes back below $3. I've got about 100 gallons of gas on hand, 120 gallons of gas on hand. So as long as I'm very, very careful and only use the electric car as much as possible, I should be able to avoid buying gas. Because I got 60 gallons in the bus, about, I don't know if it's 25 or 30 gallons in the pickup truck and 20 gallons in the minivan. And so I'm just going to start siphoning off that gas until gas prices approach some semblance of sanity. Yeah, I know, it's like, what is it, 460 here? Although it dropped a little bit. Not enough to make a substantial difference. $4.29. Although with your Smith's card, you can get it for $4.19. There's a Pilot gas station for $4.17, but you'd have to drive, 10 miles to get that, so you'd defeat the point. So $4.19 is the lowest you're going to get around here. We have pretty low gas taxes here. But what is it, 18.4 cents federal and 17 cents state here in New Mexico? Motor tubes, here we go. So which one's that's 38 millimeter. This is 29 millimeter. Well, that's not actually, if you actually think about it, you'll realize that that's not quite correct. Because you don't feed your face 20 gallons of Coke. You do feed your gas tank 20 gallons. Most of us wouldn't drink 20 gallons of Coke in a year, while we feed our car 20 gallons a week. So there's a wee bit of a volume difference there. Plus, I'd never pay $1.50 for Coke. Oh, you want to see something? This is crazy. It still boggles my mind. Now, I get why a 20-ounce bottle of soda is expensive at like a grocery store or a gas station, but we're talking about Walmart here, okay? A&W. I think it was A&W. So tell me what's wrong with this picture. Oh, they changed it. Yesterday, this was $1.96. Okay, yesterday this was $1.96. Now it's the same, but the point is still there.
Here.
Thank you, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-liter bottle is the same price as the 20-ounce bottle.
Chris, it was the cream soda that you were talking
No, it
about.
wasn't. It was a search for cream soda, but these came up in the search. So the 2-liter bottle costs the same as the 20-ounce bottle. You can't make this shit up. I mean, it's just... If you could. It'd probably kill you. But just, you know, wow. I mean... It's not poison. But it's not exactly ultra healthy. Yeah, that blew my mind that it was the same $1.98. Well, yesterday it was $1.96 for the 2-liter. So the 2-liter was actually 2 cents cheaper than the 20-ounce. Yeah, but here it would be like you getting the 500 milliliter for £1, and then the 2 liters for, you know, £1.98. I mean, it's like, what? I'm sorry, 98 pence or whatever it is, whatever your subdivision of pound is. Is it pence? But you know, the bigger one is cheaper. Like, not cheaper per unit volume, that too, but the actual price is cheaper. It's like, what? Oh, here's the crazy thing. You know, one thing us Americans think we have great is cheap gas, right? Well, our gas actually costs more money than gas in the UK. I couldn't believe it until I ran the numbers. If you look at the pre-tax price, meaning what the gas oil company is charging you at the pump, so obviously you don't count the tax. That doesn't go to the gas company. That goes to the state. Now, somebody gave me the tax numbers. I don't remember exactly what they were, but basically, before all this Ukraine stuff took off, and they started price gouging us for gas, and that's what it is. It's price gouging. Gas here in New Mexico was $3.20. Gas in the UK was $2.14 per U.S. gallon. Now, of course, once you add tax, it's $3.54 here and $6 and change in the UK, because they have over $4 worth of taxes on their gas. But when you take away the taxes, they're actually raping us for a 100% surcharge for gas here. They're actually, you know, adding $1. We pay $1 more per gallon for gas than people in the UK do. That just... and it's a domestic product for us. We're one of the largest producers of oil in the world. You can't win no matter what. Okay, so if I am looking at this correctly, where's that number again? 29 millimeter motor mount size. This is the foil lined one. Oh, come on, I need the dimensions of the foil lined one, because I know it's bigger. I prefer the foil lined. I don't know. Okay. So 1.210 must be the OD. 1.21 inches, 2 millimeter. That'd be 30. So let's call it 31.1. 31.2, let's call it. Yeah, 31.2. So I need a tube.
Have fun, guys, with Maurice.
Yeah, throw on sale. So half the price of the 20 ounce. Oh my god. It's like, I did not want that. Why did you do that? Okay. Now this is 50. Increase the number of sides. So if I want to make a 2mm wall, so that means I have to make it 4mm smaller, which would be 46. Yes. Okay. It doesn't really matter. Five inches. The RMS is 5 inches, so 5 inches should be enough. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Let's see here. What's that, 130? Yeah, 130. So make this 130. Make this 230. Okay, how do I want to do this now? Let's get this out of the way. It's actually a bigger rocket. I want to try to make the entire rocket in vase mode. I want to see how that works out for me. That'll print on almost anything. This is 151 by 132 by 230. I could print this on the Ender 2 if I want. That's a really small rocket. I didn't realize he was making such a tiny rocket. He's putting a big motor in a little rocket. Jesus. He's putting an F-15 in this. That just seems big. Okay. I could keep it simple and simply put a cone on top of here. This is 31.2, which is 15.6. So, wait a minute. That's the wrong shape. No, there it is. So the base radius is 15.6 and the top radius is 23. Okay, that works. So this is, come on, let me click the part. 130. This is 30, which means this needs to be 70. I could just put another one on top of here. And then change the diameter. Number of sides, number of sides, number of sides. Alrighty. Line this all up. Would you please do as I say? And join. Okay, this is now going to be a cut. Should be able to merge this in here like this, and then center. Yes, that should work. And merge. There it is. Okay. There is my interior. That looks good to me. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now the cut should actually be pretty easy. Cool.
He said no to you first. Nosy.
Did you make them more detailed, like add all the threads and stuff like that? Okay. Now, this next part should actually be pretty easy. I just need to make this 51. No. Okay, if I use a 0.4 millimeter nozzle to keep it lightweight, I need a 0.4 millimeter separation from the wall, plus the outside wall thickness, so a 0.8. And then I need it on both sides, so that's a 1.6. So this needs to be 48.4. And then 0.05. And then 230 is fine. But we're going to lift it up off the ground because we want the bottom to be solid. Let's give us 3 bottom layers. So 2, 4, 6. Let's give us 4 bottom layers. 4 bottom layers would result in 0.8. So 0.8 lift. Okay. Now I need to duplicate this. I think, what do you think? You think 6 ribs will be enough? Or do you think I should go 12? I think 6 will be plenty. But let's try it with 6. So Control D. Control D. Okay. Now I gotta join this together. Bring it into here. Align them. Okay. Now I do not want them lining up with the fins. So I got to rotate 30 degrees. Okay. And one of them needs to protrude outside the model. Oh, wait a minute. I want top solid layers too. I don't have to have top solid layers. No, we'll leave it open. Okay. So unlink this, and then one of these needs to be 51 to stick out the side of the model, and that will become my linking plane between the inside and the outside. And I believe I can find a rail button. Yeah. So what about 1010? 1010 rail. Here we go. That's a standoff. I don't need a standoff. That can work. I keep trying to drag it and that's not going to work. I keep trying to drag it like I'm in Tinkercad. Download. 1010 standard rail button. Okay.
Bye, Chris. I said bye, Chris.
Actually, I don't need to do that. I can do a standard launch lug. Let's do a standard 1/4 inch launch lug. Sides. Come on. Sides. Okay. 1/4 inch to millimeter is 6.35, so let's make it 8 millimeters. So let's make this 8 by 8. And this has to be bigger than that by the filament width. So let's make it 9 by 8.6 by 8.6. Wait a minute. No, it's going to be 0.4 on each side, so it's going to be 8.8. Okay. And then bring this a little taller, bring this down a little bit, merge these together after I align them inside each other. Merge. Now if I put this right on top of there, that should cut it as well, yes. Okay. So can I align these? Probably. Let's not move this piece. There we go. Let's go 0.1. I need it to touch like that. Okay. Control D. That should be a good location. Now what I need to do is to chop it. Let's put the work plane here. That'll be easier to work with. That should do it. I have to do this in order to make sure this part is printable in vase mode. Oh, wait a minute. If I do that, it's going to be open. Which means it needs to be double the wall thickness. Or it's not going to be able to vase mode print. That's why it kept breaking on me. Okay. Now that's making a lot more sense. How do I do this? How do I do this? I need to make that 2 extrusion width. But I need only part of it to be 2 extrusion width. How much dollar per gallon you got? How much is gas here? Gas here is about $4.19 a gallon. I learned an interesting problem with single line extrusions where sometimes a slicer does not take the optimal path. See, I can't just print this in midair. It's going to fail. So I have to give it something to print on, at least for this section of it right here. Okay, how can I do this? I think I need to make this 1.6 bigger. Okay.
I'm getting on my
10.4. Okay. Now I need to recenter this. Okay, it's centered again. Then I need to split this. I need to bring this up to this point here. Oh, I think I got it. Okay. And then I need to Control D this and bring it down here like this. And this needs to be smaller by 1.6. 9.45. 7.85. I think I'll be close enough at 8. Okay, now take that and this. Any particular reason you're not working? This and this. Center. Don't move this. Center. Center. Okay.
Are you talking to me or your print?
Now I take this and this and this, join them, then this and this, join it. Okay, so see how it's thicker down here? That should allow it to do a double line, and this will be a single line. That should not break vase mode. Alright, let's test it. Please don't break my model, Tinkercad. And it didn't. Okay. Did I break it? I don't think I did. I think it'll work. Brilliant Elsing Ludio. Oh, I made this over the weekend. I made a storage container that's vase mode printed. And this is the first vase mode container model that I made where I only printed it one time. Meaning I got all the measurements correct and all the tolerances correct so that the very first edition was a perfect fit. And this is for all my micro drives. These are all those little micro hard drives. And it fit perfectly the first print. So that came out really neat. I couldn't use a compact flash case because they were all made for regular compact flash cards like these. But these are thinner. So these would flop around and the Type 2 wouldn't fit. These are Type 2 cards. So I needed to design my own. But the whole thing is vase mode printed. So very cool. And the The Diamondback nozzle worked very well. I extruded a 0.6 millimeter extrusion. Not a problem. Didn't have to raise the temperature or anything. So, very nice. So far, I'm very impressed with that nozzle. Obviously, I'll have to do a lot more printing with it, but so far, I'm pretty impressed. I might even try printing this on the edger, too. Oh, God. Ah. Where'd the filament go? Oh, did it run out? Or did I break it off? I broke it off. Yeah. Let's see if it works. And that's this here. All Vase mode print. I was very pleased how well that came out. This will be this model is somebody else designed it, and I'm just trying to optimize it. They intend to fly this on a black powder F15. Was that? Yeah, I think it is a black powder. Thing's gonna cook. Like, damn, that thing's gonna cook. Okay. It's going to be 1 millimeter. No, it's going to be 0.8. Zero point 0.4. Okay, we'll go 9.2. And then this will start at a 0.8. 0% infill. No top, no bottom. Single outline corkscrew. Let's leave it at 0.2 for better resolution. And 0.4. Let's go 9.6. No, we're Vase mode. Let's stick with 1. Let's see if it worked. Alright, audio should be back now. Why is it retracting? Oh god, I hate that so much. Why do I have infill here? And why is it retracting at 4 locations? I need the goddamn pen to be somewhere else. Thank you. I don't get, why is it doing this and this? This I understand. I might have gotten something wrong here, but oh god damn it, I hate that. Again, what? No audio again? Okay. get rid of the retractions. So why is it doing this? This has to be a spacing issue.
Because she said the audio is not in sync.
I know. This has to be a spacing issue. Because the rest of it's printing properly. Saying we're getting vase mode for the rest of it. It's either when Windows plays a sound, I think it does it. And also I think if I use too much CPU, like for example when I tell it to render the model. Okay, so there's something wrong with the spacing here. I can play with that, but why am I getting retraction here and here? Why is it stopping at these two locations? That doesn't make any sense. Let's try something. Let's try doing it without the launch lugs. 144p is because I restarted the stream. So you need to go to your little menu at the bottom and change the resolution back to 720p. That's a normal thing YouTube does when it thinks the stream has been interrupted. And me closing the stream and restarting the stream would present as an interruption on your end. Let's try it without the launch lugs. And let's double check this. Oh, I know why I did that. And this needs to be 4 bottom layers. Okay. Now, let's bring up the new model. You shall not pass. Ah.
Karaoke better.
Okay. Did that print correctly? Yes, it did. See, now it's printing correctly. No retractions. So it is something to do with the I need to bring that edge closer together. You can see here how I got a gap in this edge. We don't want that, so I've got to close that gap. I know how to do that too. Okay. So this is working good. This is all printing in vase mode. Yep, perfect. Vase mode all the way to the top. And I think 6 ribs is enough. I think that'll be strong enough on a model this small. Yeah, I think that'll be good enough. Although I might want to put a bevel in the bottom here. So what can I do about that? Okay, let's work on the top edge of the fins. That could be as simple as just making it smaller. So if I unlink that, come on. So unlink that. What is that? Where'd that come from? Oh yeah, I know. And if I unlink those, there we go. These are now separate. So those are 5mm thick. If I make them 4mm thick, actually 4.5, and then four to keep my centering. Put a work plane on here. Can't do that. So 4. So take this and this. No, gotta go back down to here. This and this. Center. Hold this in place. No, that won't work. Bye, Michelle. I gotta rotate the whole thing 30 degrees. Okay. Now I can take this and this. Center. Hold this. Move this. Okay, that takes care of that. And then I have one more. So rotate the whole thing again 30 degrees. Make this 4.5 and 4. Okay. Now I should be able to just merge this whole thing, but take away these two. Merge. Yeah. And it still does it correctly. Okay. Alright. Export STL. Now let's try this again. There we go. Those should be touching now. There. That should touch. So that shouldn't be a gap anymore. And we still print in vase mode. Excellent. Now there is something else I want to do. I want to put a cone on the bottom. So split that all apart. And then I want to hide this. And I want to hide this. I want to hide these. Hide. and hide. We take this, split it apart. Control D. $180. Zero. That should work. Okay. And join. Alrighty. Why do I have a ring there? But not a ring up here. Isn't that weird? Should still be fine. Okay. Now let's join this again, but no launch lugs. Excuse me. What the fuck is it doing? And I do not want to select you or you. This is not hard. It's doing something, I don't know what it's doing. How about this? Go away. Go away. Now what are you going to do? Ha!
Get it?
So far. There we go. Now I have a nice little bevel at the bottom too. Okay. Let's verify this prints. Number 3. Alrighty, sound should be back. You might need to reset your video resolution again. Okay, we want to do another cone. 64 sides. Okay. Think about this. We need to bevel let's do our base cone first. I think 20 is fine. Now, the inside is 46. So this needs to be 45.6. To give me a 0.2 millimeter clearance. Then we need to put this up here, raise this up to the 0 mark. The bottom radius needs to be 45.6. The top, no, I don't want to do that. .8. So the bottom radius is, and the top radius is, and then make it 0.8. How much angle is that? Yeah, better make it 1. Bring this to here. Why does it do that? And then line them all up. Not what I wanted to do. Line up. Why would you do that? I just told you to line up. Let's put this down here. What the fuck would you do that for? What face were you on when I did that? Okay, that angle is too extreme. So let's double it to 2 millimeters. Okay, you need to go 3. Oh, for Christ's sake, come on, come on, stop messing with me. Just go away, thank you. 0. That is acceptable. Okay, there is the nose cone. Okay. I can bevel this. Why won't you work? A little bit of bevel. That'll work. Okay. I need a cone right there. So we're going to put a work plane right there. Keep that as a tool. And we're going to lop off the top of the cone right there. Okay. Put the work plane back down here. Okay. This becomes the tricky part. I have to make one more change to the body as well to seal it up tight. Okay. That should be it. Control D. Turn it into a cut tool. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I got the right one. Now, same as the other one. 2 and 2, 46. 46. 46. Okay. Okay. Control D. Copy over here. Join. Okay. That gives me a hollowed out nose cone. Now I take this and I squish it. To 0.05. Now this is going to be my cut plane tool for putting my slots in. But there's a trick. There's a nasty little trick you have to know. And if you don't do this right, it'll mess it up. I can't just shrink this. I have to bisect it. This gets a little tricky. So this is 50, which means if I take two bisect boxes and make them .26 wide and taller than the model. Okay, Control D, 26 wide. I have to temporarily join these together Then I have to center them on this. Then I have to unjoin them again. Now I can bisect the cone. Okay. So this one needs to be Control-D'd and joined with this half. Join. And then this needs to be joined with this half. Joined. Now I have two halves of the cone. Now I need to move the thickness of the nozzle, which is 0.4 millimeters. So I need to move it I need a 0.8 millimeter wall thickness. So I need to move each piece 0.4. So move this one negative 0.4. And I need to move this one this way 0.4. Now I have my shrunken size, that's the correct profile. I join these back together. And now it's a cut tool. So now I should be able to put this inside of here. Align this way and this way. And it should not penetrate the outside. Okay. Now I clone it. And I rotate it 60 degrees. Do it again. Then I also need to take this one here again, Control-D it, and I need to move it sideways until it pops out the side of the rocket like that. And now I can join it together. And that should be a proper vase mode printable yes. That should be a proper vase mode printable nose cone. Now I need to put a cap on it. So that's my tool. Grab a cone. Increase the number of sides. Shrink it down. Align them. Ooh. And increase the size just a hair. I need to go down to smaller steps. Just a hair. That should do it. And join. Oh, am I grabbing something else? Nope. Join. How tall is this? 163.8. Okay, that should do it. Nose. Export. Hey, drone shots. Boy, the weather's really messing with us lately here. I mean, we had 2 days where it was like 65, 68 degrees, and now we got snow again. It's like we literally went from 68 degrees to snow. Okay, let's see how the nose cone comes out. Oh, I forgot I do need to nip off the tip of the nose. I guess right about there ought to do it. It's crazy. That's more like it. Export. Okay. Let's exit preview. Remove that little bit. Add this little bit. And we'll do the same thing. I can correct it later. Okay, that should not be happening. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's because this is... Oh, this is broken. Why isn't this vase mode printing? Because it's breaking the outside surface on all sides. Oh, I gotta account for the wall thickness of the outside. It needs to be 0.8 on both sides. Okay, that's my bad. My bad. It wasn't the jointed. It was the okay, when you wanna. I had the cutout too close to the outside wall. So the cutout that comes to the outside wall but doesn't breach the wall needs to be double the nozzle thickness away from the wall. Because you have to account for the wall thickness on the outside and the wall thickness for the little beep, beep, beep path that it makes touching the outside wall. So the part needs to be double the wall thickness tolerance. And I only had half wall thickness tolerance. Or one wall thickness tolerance, and that's not enough. That was my bad. Come on. Finish processing. Thank you. Let's hide these two bits. I don't need to see them right now. Okay, separate. Okay, I'm going to hide you, because I don't need you. And I'm going to hide you, I don't need you. And you, I'm going to split apart. What is it doing? It's doing something. Okay, it's fine. Oh, I split it apart. Oh, come on. There it goes. So I need to take off another 0.4. So it'd be easier just to delete these. .8. Control D. And then join that into one solid piece. Bring back all the goodies. Okay, so I need to take this and align them, but along this vector. Okay. That should do it. Okay, that should do it. Export STL. Alright, you might have to change your video resolution again. I forgot I cannot scale the part. I have to split this in two and move it. And I have to do it on both sides. Negative 0.4, 0.4. Then rejoin them. Whole. Bring everything back. So take this. Come on. Come on. Gotta wait for it to finish processing. There it goes. I can get that done. Make that a little smaller. Okay. Take this and this. Align. Don't move this. Align. Let's hide you for now. Control D. Control D. That did not work. Oh, I forgot. That's off. Okay. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Sound is back now, right, Copper Dolphin? No, I have not. There we go. Now we got a nose cone. It breaks a little at the top, but that's okay. Good. Oh, it breaks because it gets too thin. But it should maintain a continuous... Close enough. Okay. I'll switch it here to start doing infill to give me a solid tip. Okay. That should do it. One more change to the body. Drip in the top? What do you mean? All right, hide you. Hide you. Hide you. Hide. And hide. Let's break you apart again. Let's go all back to this. There we go. This is 70. So let's make it 65. Okay. Let's put a top on you. Control D. Rotate. And then put you at 0. Change you to 5. And now top radius. Okay. We want 1.6 millimeters. So that is 48.4. Well, half of that, 24.2. That is incorrect. And that's because it's backwards. There we go. The infill might droop a little bit on top, but that's okay. That will seal up the top end and allow the two pieces to merge together a little bit better. So join, make it a hollow, bring everything back, join. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, export. Oh. Nose cone looks good. Let's bring back the booster. Oh, it's lagging. I need to figure out why it does that. The audio issue. Sound should be back now. Okay. It still says 4 hours and 57 minutes. That doesn't make sense. That should not take that long. Well, yeah, there is 2 walls in here. Oh. Okay. Am I using the right profile? Yes. Let's make sure I got this all right. 0.2. You're probably hearing the heater and the computer. Let's keep that first layer nice. First layer slow. Okay. Point 2. Single extrusion. Multiplier of 1. 225. Yeah, we're going faster. We'll leave it at 225. Although 220 is probably fine. Oh, it's still too tall. Oh, I didn't realize that. I need to shorten it a little bit. How tall is this? 175, it's fine. Just blow it apart. I can shrink it. It'll work fine. Yeah, it's straight lines. It's going to mess it up a little bit, but I don't care. Remove. Yeah, it's still vasing. Alright, save it. Oh, your memory card. Although I think my heater cartridge might be going on my ender too. F15 body, save. Save factory file. Hey, Michael. F15 body, we're going to put that on desktop. Okay, get rid of you. Also, get rid of you. No start point. Point 2 is fine. 1.0 is fine. Fine. That should all be good. Nose 3. Okay. See, tools, variable settings. Let's cut it. Oh, I guess 154. Add 155. Add. Let's go 156. Add. Split process. This is going to cease vase mode, but keep one perimeter. Infill 25%. And then this will go to 2 perimeters. Infill 25%. That didn't work. Oh, I forgot to unselect vase mode. I did set it. let's make this merge outline. Merge outline. Hey, welfare god. Select all. Okay, that looks better. Why am I still getting no infill? Why am I not getting infill? What's that model? Haha, cute. I'll save that. Okay, something's wrong here. This is a solid piece. Why aren't I getting... Why isn't this working? It's 175 tall. Prepare to print. Continuous. It's still printing it hollow. It should be printing it solid. One outline. Phase mode is off. Infill is 25%. $156. Merge. Oh, 25%. 2 perimeters. Okay. Okay, now we're getting infill, but we're not getting infill on that section. Okay, I know how to fix that. I'm going to start at 154. Break it apart. Hide you. $154. Give me a stop there. Get rid of you. Come on. Let me pick the goddamn part. Hide. Okay. Okay. Man, that's annoying. Yeah, see, it's starting to break the model again. See? I was doing all that damage to the model inside there. And I have no idea why. It actually put a hole in it. Oh, crap. I can't have that. Yeah, that's on the inside. I don't care. There we go. That looks good. Okay. Export. Okay. Seriously, I closed the window. Okay, that looks better. There we go. Now, one trick when you do something like this, when you switch from a vase mode print to then going to infill, it's important that you start with one perimeter first to establish the infill, because what will happen is you'll print the inside line, which won't stick to anything because there's nothing below it. Then you'll print the outside line, which will stick fine, but the infill is going to overlap the inside line, not the outside line. So you use one perimeter. This way it overlaps the outside perimeter until the infill is established, and then you switch to two perimeters for strength and cleanliness. So you can see here, there we go. Here we are at the vase mode, and then we switch to regular printing, and we create our support going across. And then once we've established our support, we switch to two perimeters and finish printing the model. And that should do it. Beautiful. I'm on a stream, Logan. What's up?
Oh, call me later, then. I just want to let you know about my car. I finally got looked at.
Good. Is it good news or bad news?
Good and bad.
There's a lot wrong.
$3,000 worth.
Are you serious?
Yep. But that's with labor, too.
Holy shit.
Oh, I mean, well, 2,300 plus tires.
Still, wow.
Yeah, well, they're also charging a lot of money. I won't be having them do the work.
Oh.
So, wrote about lower control arm, sway bar links, axle, one driver axle, and that's it.
Yeah. Holy
and then
crap.
I need to get well, tires is the most important.
Yeah.
So, and everything is not bad enough that it doesn't need action now. I can wait for a while.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right. Call me later when you're done.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Voice sync is out again. Yeah, it's because I've been doing a lot of processing. Let me finish processing this and saving it, and then we will I'll reboot it again. Factory file. Did I do that right? 0.96. Oh, nope. That should be 0.94. 15 those. Okay, let me close that. Close that. Okay, audio should be back in sync. And I've closed Simplify 3D. Okay. Alrighty. That is at 80%, which is where I want it. I really like how this came out. This came out nice. Feels nice and firm, too. That's all my micro drives. And worked for properly the first print. I didn't have to make a second revision. I got all the dimensions correct the first time, which makes me happy. Control, temperature, nozzle. Get your butt up there. Should be charging now. Yep. That'd be pretty cool. Oh man, and I got a whole bunch of the same size too. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4 GB drives. But I also have, is that 3 or 6? I have 4 6 GB drives. That'd be pretty neat to create a 6 microdrive RAID just for shiggles. I'm gonna have to look and see if there's a way to create a compact flash RAID array. Easter eggs. Oh, cool. I'll grab them. Yeah, I bet. There we go. I gotta change filament. think we'll do red. Where is my pokey stick? Die! Okay. Control. Motion. Nope. Yeah, those Easter eggs look pretty good. I like those. There we go. Uh-oh. I hope that's the inside. No. PLA. Where's the fins? Or am I accidentally printing the nose cone? Did I mess that up? What is it doing? Oh, it's not... Okay, that's wrong. It might work, though. Yeah, that's wrong. So... negative 0.2. That's what it should be. Okay. Let's see if it works, though. Nope. It's already failing. Okay. It was 0.2 millimeters up off the bed. Okay. I was 0.2 millimeters too high. The fins need to be lowered 0.2 millimeters. They were just off the bed, so the fins didn't print until the second layer, which that's not going to work.
I'm Groot.
There we go. And there's a way you can help it too. You can just extrude more plastic. So when you get to that sketchy point, make it extrude a bunch of plastic. That'll make it work. Alright, hopefully if I don't touch any more windows, it'll stay okay. It's not muted. The USB audio stops working for some reason. I don't know why. The dragon's gorgeous. That's a hell of a print. Nice filament for it too. Delicate filament. Beautiful. I wonder why it's doing the weird layer thing. My CR10 mini is about 4 years old and seems the hot end is not working correctly. When I print something at 220, the printer never gets there. Okay, that means either the thermistor is failing or more likely, the heater cartridge is failing. So you might need to replace the heater cartridge. It's a Core i5 with 10th gen Core i5 with 12 gigs of RAM. Although I do have a 32 gig RAM upgrade I got to install. That's a rough first layer, but I don't care. Not so much the extrusion width of flow, but that'll do the same thing. See, I want it to keep the same width, just jam more filament out. Just that little part, just to make sure that goopy hot stuff touched the bed. The correct move would have been to level the bed and then restart the print, but I'm lazy. I'm good. We're starting to print the body. We're going to see how that comes out. It's printing the 4 regular bottom layers to give me a base, and then it'll switch to vase mode. Oh. I think we're in vase mode now. Nope, but now we should be. Once it finishes this layer. Because I think, yeah, we're at 0.8, so this is the last regular layer. Just buy one off Amazon, the cheapest one they have. I doubt there's much of a quality control difference between them. Also, check for loose connections. It could be that the junction block on your brain board is coming loose. So check that for tightness and check it for burn marks. If you have a breakout board, check that. Yep, we are in vase now. No problem. These machines are pretty simple. Check all the basics. Make sure you don't have something loose. Make sure you don't have something burning up. Make sure all your connections are good. Just be gentle with the connection at the heater cartridge because those are delicate. But otherwise, just go through, work your way back from the nozzle. Like if you have a connector here, if you have a connector at the hot end, check that connector. If you have a breakout board, check that. A distribution board. If you're running it off of a relay of some sort, check that. No, he has the problem where it's not. It's setting the temperature, but it's not reaching it. So he tells it to print, 220, but it only gets to 210, 215. That's not usually a firmware issue. It could be, but that wouldn't change suddenly from print to print. And my fan's not working. Come on. Fan is set for 100%, but it is not working. Yeah, I think I got a bad connection for my... I added a fan to this. And I think my solder joint's bad. Because I got no fan. But I got a couple property photo jobs this past week, which I desperately needed. That's $450 I desperately needed. And the one property is only 3.5 miles from the house, and I couldn't get to it. I didn't even know such a thing existed so close to here. There's a section of properties, and there's no homes on it. There's vacant lots. But I couldn't get there. Even with a four-wheel drive, I don't think I would have attempted it. And so I was able to get to about 0.3 of a mile from it. So I sent the drone over. I just brought it down and took pictures like I normally would, but with the drone. I'm thinking about selling my drone and getting that new Mavic Mini 2 because it uses OcuSync, which has much greater range, and it's all USB-C. I had to replace the goddamn remote for my drone because in the genius that is DJI, the freaking morons, look at this. What kind of connections that look like? That's a micro USB connection. But it's symmetrical, which means it's possible to put the micro USB... Son of a bitch, do what I say. Which means it's possible to put the micro USB cable in backwards. Normally that's impossible. For example, if you look at the connection on the drone, you see how one side has an angle? So one of the longitudinal axes is smaller than the other. And that's because that's the shape of the micro USB cord. The shape of the micro USB cord is curved on one side. So it can only go in one way. But these idiots put a symmetrical hole on a micro USB connection. So when I put it in backwards and just went click, I heard a crunch and it destroyed the tongue inside. Thankfully, a replacement remote was only $40. But the new Mavic Mini 2, it's all USB-C. So the drone, the remote, and the charger are all USB-C, and it has OcuSync too. And I can get an open box used one for $350. So I'm going to try to sell my Mavic Mini locally. I'm going to try to sell it for like $300 because they seem to be selling for about that. Because I got the Fly More combo with the triple charger and all that. And so I'm hoping I can sell mine and then buy a used Mavic Mini 2 so I can have all USB-C and the OcuSync. Actually, it's better to do that on here. Food. Buy lots of food, because it's going to get a lot more expensive. I really wish I had the money to buy a freeze dryer. Oh man, do I wish I had the money to buy a freeze dryer. Finance. Log in. Hang on. Not now. Hey, JG, $10. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. No, not quite. And dry ice is expensive too, but no, that's not quite how that works. So to freeze dry something versus dehydrating, which doesn't work that great, you have to freeze the food and then you draw a vacuum. And by drawing a vacuum on frozen food, you can sublimate the moisture out of the food. It then heats it up to a near room temperature, like around 80 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like on a hot day. And that thaws the food just enough to allow the moisture to migrate to the outside. Then it freezes and vacuums it again. And this way you can remove the moisture from the food without cooking it. By removing the moisture from the food without cooking it, you maintain the original nutritional value of the food, and it dries out almost to like a foam. It's incredible. It's and then you just mix it with hot water and it reconstitutes. Now, not everything reconstitutes perfectly, but a lot of stuff does. You know, macaroni dishes, rice dishes, lean meats, fruits and vegetables do great. Like strawberries, bananas, and blueberries are amazing. And but it's a way. Now, tomatoes, you're never going to get a tomato back. Like if you slice up some tomatoes and freeze dry them, when you reconstitute them, you don't have tomatoes anymore. You have tomato sauce. But it's great for making tomato sauce. You're not going to be able to make yourself a tomato and ham sandwich, but you will be able to preserve those tomatoes and make like tomato sauce or something like that. The advantage of freeze drying is no refrigeration. I don't have any handy. You just seal it inside of a Mylar bag, and you can literally sit it on your shelf for 15, 20, 25 years with no refrigeration. Yeah, it's amazing. But the machine's like $3,500. It's crazy expensive. It's worth it, but I don't have the money. Thank you for that $10, JG. I really appreciate that. Basically, yeah. But the cool thing is, it's lightweight, and it requires no refrigeration, and it's shelf stable. And when it comes to long-term food storage, you can't beat that with a 10-foot stick. I don't know a lot about drones. So I don't want to give you bad advice. I mean, I love my Mavic Mini. Because, well, if you want a drone to play with, buy any drone. If you want a serious drone to do some video, and I'm not a good gamer though. That's the problem. I suck at games. I'm no sniper grandma. You see grandma playing Call of Duty, she fucking kicks ass. But I'd buy a Mavic Mini too. The parts are cheap. The quality of the camera and the hardware is phenomenal. This thing has a loiter time of over 20 minutes in the air. I mean, it's just incredible. Do a search on my channel for fire, and you'll see the fire that someone started in a field across you because of a firecracker. And the footage is incredible. And now the new one can do 4K, and the new one has OcuSync 2, so it has a 10-mile range, and it also has better penetration, so it could do 35 miles an hour, so it could fly into a stronger wind. It really is it's as much as I dislike some of the control issues with DJI. It's a phenomenal, and it's 250 grams, no registration required because I refuse to register. And it's $500. $500 for a new one, with 3 batteries and everything. It really is an impressive piece of kit. I've flown this thing dozens of times, and it still looks as new as the day I got it. I haven't even had to change the propellers yet. I mean, it's really a nice piece of kit. I have no problem suggesting people buy that. I've been thrilled with it. This is coming out nice. I love Vase mode. Hey, hey, hey. Get up there, temperature. Hey, the cooling kicked on. What are we drawing? 0. Why is it staying at 217? $218. I mean, that's enough, but it should be at 221. Okay, it's pulling up now, 219. It might just be the cooling fan. Something like this is correct. If you posted a link, I didn't get it. YouTube tends to filter links. And I have no control over which ones it will filter and which ones it won't. So, for example, if you're posting something from Amazon, just post the ASIN, the ASIN, that little BJ whatever number that's in the URL. Just post that, and then I can look it up. The only thing you have to make sure is it's the same style of heater cartridge, so that little tube that goes in the heater block, and then also make sure it's the right voltage. So make sure you're not buying like a 12-volt heater for a 24-volt printer or vice versa. Oh man, if there was a way to automate this in Fusion, that would be incredible. Well, in Fusion it would be a little bit easier, because basically you're cutting the model, and in Fusion you should be able to define the offset between the edge of your cut tool and the edge of the model, so that you can then scale that, and it'll maintain the correct offset. And then the other nice thing, if I could figure out how to do this in Fusion, would be if I wanted to print with a bigger nozzle, for example, I could just tell it, okay, increase the offset to this, and it'll go through the whole model and make the changes. That would be amazing! Oh, that'd be amazing! I've got to learn Fusion. It's so damned hard. Not learning Fusion's hard. Me focusing my attention on it long enough to do it is really hard. I mean, for the most part, I'm happy with what I can do in Tinkercad. I know how to do it, but the resolution is crap. You know, you can't make any high polygon surfaces with Tinkercad, and that's so annoying. Yes, except that is unrelated to COVID. So I'm going to read it, but it's that predates COVID-19. So my brain fog is a result of COVID-19. So I don't know if that's going to help. I'm going to try it anyway, but it's not a matter of wanting to take the time, it's being able to take the time. I have difficulty focusing my attention, and you know, it's hard. It, it's a biological issue, not a desire issue. Man, this is printing nice. I love this printer. It's amazing what you can do with this printer. Oh, not too bad. Okay, there's the number I need. You don't need the HTTP, just the B07 number. Okay. Amazon. And then give me that. What is taking so long? Come on. Yeah, that should work fine. I assume you're using a Creality machine. There you go. As you can see, they are dirt cheap. Does that actually give you 5 of them? Nice. So $2 a piece. As you can see, it's cheap parts. They're not expensive. So, but there you go. That'll take care of your issue. They look fine to me. I don't anticipate a problem with them. Nice. Yeah, making your own is not that difficult. The hardest part is programming the flight computer. The actual building of the drone is easy. Wanted to let them know that we're printing it. That guy there that I replied to, this is his model. I just massively optimized it to make it really, really lightweight. CR10 Mini, double check. That might be a 12-volt machine. I don't remember if that was a 12-volt or a 24-volt. Ooh, I don't. Oh, here it is. Features. Yeah, 12 volt. So you need 12 volt heater cartridges. Output 12 volt. So CR10 Mini is 12 volt. What? I don't give a damn. Just load Amazon. I don't know why this is going so slow. I mean, Christ, I have a gigabit connection. So here's CC Tree for $12.99. You get 10 of them. These are 12 volt heater cartridge and thermistors. That's a heat bed. We don't want that. 24 volt. You can't use that. Why is this? Is Amazon being attacked or something? So you need this one. And that'll get you thermistors and heater cartridges. You get more of them too. You get 10 of them for 13 bucks. Unless, of course, you've upgraded your printer to 24 volt, but if it's a stock CR10 Mini, then you need to use the 12 volt heater cartridge. Yeah, they're dirt cheap. Give me 1 minute, I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
I am Groot.
Sorry about that. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Alrighty. 1 a.m. Oh yeah, you're on the other side of the planet. Isn't this amazing that we're sitting here in a live stream together from opposite sides of the planet? That's just mind-blowing. That never ceases to amaze me. Yeah, the resistors worked on the batteries for the Epson players. So those resistors worked. It now charges up inside the unit. Thank you to that viewer who helped me out last week with that. The little stands work great, and they fold up and open up. And you can use either filament or paperclip as the hinge material, and then that little stand works perfectly to hold it up. I'm super pleased with that. And then, of course, my little micro SD case worked perfectly. This is one of the first designs. I've done a couple others, but this is one of the first mechanical designs where the 3D print had to fit over top of something else, where I did not have to print it twice. I was successful the very first iteration, and this is the only print of this model, because I didn't have to make a second one. And it fits like a glove. And there's all my little micro drives. Yeah, someone posted a 512 megabyte micro drive, which I really want, to eBay, but he wants $90 for it. I'm like, nah, I don't want it that bad. I want it, but I don't want it that bad. I got a couple of really big videos coming up for Life of Nerys. I'm gonna try to do a an LGR Technology Connections style video. I love those guys. If you're not subscribed to LGR or Technology Connections, you really should. They're very good. But I want to do a whole deep dive into early digital cameras and SLRs, because I have a bunch of the very first models of a lot of these cameras. Not all of them work, but you know, hey, I got them. And because I brought all my cameras with me, that you know, the ones that weren't stolen. But also a dive into these, because I've got like 15 of these, like different kinds, different styles, from different companies. I'm trying to fix a lot of them, because you know, obviously as I upgraded to better ones, I stopped using the old ones. But like my Nixie still works. I was really surprised that my little Nixie still works. The problem is the hard drive was bad. I replaced the hard drive, but it still won't copy files. I can tell it to show free space, and it spins up the hard drive, and it says 10 gigabyte free. So there you go, 10,043.5 megabytes free, usage 0.0%. But when I attempt to copy files to it, it says drive full. So I'm guessing there's something I need to do that I'm not doing when I put the new hard drive in. I'm not sure. If anybody has any clue, I mean, how would I even find out? Maybe it's not formatted properly. I don't think you can write protect a hard drive. But for whatever reason, it's not working. It's working, but it won't let me download files. So the way these things work is you take your, where is that memory card? It's in the thing here. So you take your flash card. No, the device does not have a format option. Like my Hypercube does. Where's my Hypercube? I don't know where the Hypercube is. I'll have to look for it. But like the idea is you stick your flash card in here. You put your flash card in there, and then you copy the flash card to the hard drive. And remember, back in the day, we had 256 megabyte, 128 megabyte flash cards, and they were like $300 a piece. So you didn't buy 4 or 5 of them; you bought one. If you weren't a pro, you bought one, and then you bought something like this, and then you would plug your memory card into it, hit copy. It would copy the files to the hard drive. You'd verify the files are there. Then you'd erase the memory card and put it back in your camera. And I can't believe the little lithium battery in here still holds a charge. That's actually quite amazing, considering. Where is my Hypercube? It's not there. It should be right here somewhere. I thought I had it right here. I mean, obviously I don't, or I would have it, but where could it have gone? But my Hypercube it's funny. Good question. I don't know what the current format is. I'll have to pull it out of there and plug it into my little reader here. I have a little USB to PATA reader because it's an old IDI hard drive. Oh, interesting. Now, I didn't actually format the drive myself. I took it out of another device where the device was bad, but the drive was good, and I just put it in there. And it worked. It booted up and everything, but it won't copy files to it. So I will have to plug it in and see what it is. Yeah, I have the old utilities for Windows 10 to allow me to format FAT16, FAT32. Because otherwise, Windows 10 won't let you. But the fact that it can read the drive, it reads it. It's weird. Where did the But the Hypercube is one of my favorites because it's fully user serviceable. Yeah, I'll double check that. You can replace the battery and you can replace the hard drive, which is pretty rare. And it's a naked 18650 cell. It's wonderful, except that it's not very fast and the user interface is kind of the Epson interface is magnitude superior. Boy, that looks nice. That print is coming out so damn nice. I tell you guys, I found some gift cards that I brought with me from Pennsylvania, and they're good still. So I got this Regal Cinema gift card, $25 on it. I was like, and there is a Regal Cinema here in Albuquerque. And if I do it right, if I do an early movie on Tuesday, it'll only cost me $5 a ticket, and I'll have enough time to stop at the dealership to charge up so I can take the electric car. This way I won't have to spend any gas. And I found a $25 gift card that someone gave me for Christmas one year. I think Rick, our coworker, gave it to me, and that's still good. It's still got $25 on it. And I found what I was really looking for. I found my Texaco Chevron gas card that I bought a long time ago. And I bought it for a trip, only to find out there pretty much was no Texaco Chevron gas stations anywhere. At least not on the route that I was taking. So I've got the problem is the online thing to check. Actually, prices aren't too bad here. Popcorn's like $5, and you get unlimited refills. I'm not big on popcorn, but Michelle is, so she'll be happy about that. But I got to go to an actual Texaco or Chevron gas station and check to see if there's anything on this. I'm hoping there is, because that'd be nice. So, then I definitely wouldn't need to buy any gas. What I wish I could do is I wish I could make an arrangement to prepay for gallons of gas with a gas station. Not dollars, gallons. So, for example, when gas is at a relatively low price, buy 100 gallons. And then, use those gallons when gas goes to $4 a gallon. Say, why would a gas station do that? Well, it's simple. They're getting a free loan. If you say gas is $3 a gallon, I'm giving them $300, but they don't have to give me any gas. You see what I mean? So they're getting a $300 loan. Now, the interest on that loan is the price differential of gas when I come and claim my 100 gallons. And I say, okay, I want some gas now, and it's $4 a gallon. Now they're losing $1 a gallon, but they had that loan for 1, 2, 3, 4 years. So the cost differential is less than the interest would be. I'm surprised there is no gas stations doing that. You know, somebody that gimmick. Yeah, but gas doesn't last long enough for me to use that kind of quantity of gas. I need it to be electronic, you know, a card, and that card entitles me to 100 gallons of gas or 200 gallons of gas, whatever, and then I just use it as I need it. I'm surprised no gas station has thought of that gimmick. Just the number of people who would forget or lose the card would offset any loss from, you know, me coming in with my $2 card when gas is $4 a gallon. You know, just that alone would pay for it. So I'm just surprised no one's thought of that, or no one does that. I don't expect the big guys to do that because they know that they know you're gonna buy the gas no matter what. But I'm surprised none of the little stations have thought of that to attract customers. Yeah, yeah. The individual gas stations don't make a lot of money on the gas. The oil companies make a lot of money on the gas. Like, for example, I know for a fact that our gas stations around in the U.S. are making well over $1 per gallon in profit because they sell it to the U.K. for $1.14 or $1.06 cheaper than they sell it here in the U.S. It's the same gas. And so you know there's huge profit in that. All this futures and war in Ukraine and all that bullshit is just that. It's bullshit. They're gouging you. That's why both oil companies and the government don't like electric cars, because I can make my own electricity. Like, I don't even have to use the grid. If I really wanted to, for about $1,000, I can put up solar panels, a single battery, and an inverter, and I can charge my car off the sun without ever having to pay a penny after that. So they don't like that. I got into an argument with a guy. He says, well, our gas tax pays for the roads. You're not paying for the roads with your electric car. I was like, yes, I am. I pay tax on my electricity. And the tax on my electricity is higher than the tax on your gas. So I'm probably paying more money in taxes charging my car than you are with your gas. He's like, yeah, well, that doesn't go to the road. I was like, well, neither does your gas tax. He's like, well, it's supposed to. I was like, I don't care what it's supposed to do. It doesn't. Gas tax goes into the general fund and has no impact on the money that gets divvied out for road work. Just like my electricity tax goes into the general fund. So both of our taxes are going into the general fund, and I'm paying more than you. You know, I'm paying like 25% tax effectively on my electricity. So whatever electricity I use to charge my car, I'm paying 25% tax on that. So I wonder what is the difference. So I get 4 miles per kilowatt, and it's 25 cents tax per dollar. Hang on. So 1 divided by 14.3. No. 100 divided by 14.3 is 6.99. 7. 7 what? $7 per dollar. Okay. Okay. So 7 miles. I can go 7 miles for each dollar. So 7 miles. So 25 divided by 7. I'm paying 3.57 cents per mile in tax. While a gas person getting, say, a modest 30 miles per gallon. Gas was $3 a gallon before it went crazy. $3 $3 divided by 30
I'm Groot.
is 0.1. Wait. Hold on. No, I gotta figure out the tax. So the tax is 18.4 plus 17. So you're paying 35 cents for tax divided by 30 miles, 1.18 cents per mile. So yeah, I'm paying 3 times the amount of tax as a gas car is, because I'm paying 25% tax on my electricity, and that means I'm paying 3.57 cents per mile in tax, while he's paying 1.18 cents per mile in tax. So electric car drivers are actually paying more in taxes than gas car drivers. If I did that right. Wait, that doesn't make sense. No, that doesn't make sense. Wait a minute. I did it wrong. A kilowatt cost me 14.3 cents. And I have to times that by 0.25, which is 3.57 cents, divide by 4. Okay, so close. I'm paying 0.89 cents per mile in gas tax, while this person is paying $1.18 per mile in gas tax. And the price of gas does not change this, because the tax is the same whether the gas is $4 a gallon or $3 a gallon. You're paying 35.4 cents per gallon no matter what the price of gas is. So if the gas is $1, you're paying 35.4 cents in tax. If the gas is $5, you're paying 35.4 cents in tax. So we're paying almost parity. We're only 0.2 cents off of each other, 0.25 cents off of each other. And worse, my electricity keeps getting more expensive, so that tax goes up. And if you buy a more efficient car, your tax burden goes down. So if you get a 40 mile per gallon car, which is pretty easy to do nowadays, so 35.4 divided by 40, and we're paying the same amount. So I'm paying the same amount of tax as a 40 mile per gallon car would. So don't tell me I'm not paying my road tax. This is looking really nice. And if it's determined that these fins are too flimsy, there are ways to insert little divots in the model to connect the inside with a rib on the inside of the fin. That's very subtle, and to stiffen the fin up quite a bit. Got to get a good stiffy. This is looking beautiful. I'll probably fly. I'll probably modify this with a 24mm mount, and then fly it on like a C11 or a D12. There's really no reason to put an F15 in this. And actually, I'll probably put an 18mm motor in this. Putting this up on an F15 is just... that's insane. It's going to go really friggin' high. I mean, holy crap, is that going to go high. Wow. So I'll probably remodel this with an 18mm motor mount, because that would be a more reasonable size motor for a model this small. Because it's only going to be 14 inches long, so it's only going to be about that big. I got to figure out how to integrate the launch lugs into it, though. I don't know anything about SolidWorks. And you can't get it for free anymore through the EAA. They now have a hobbyist version of it, and that's what you'd have to get. It's still not that expensive. I think it's $50 a year, which from what I understand is really cheap for a program like SolidWorks. Well, an E9 would probably work. I mean, this is probably good enough, stable enough for an E9. But E9s are expensive, and it wouldn't be that exciting on a little rocket like this. Now that they have that, though, the non-commercial version, you're probably going to see a lot more SolidWorks videos on YouTube. And there probably already is a whole bunch of SolidWorks videos. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of them out there. It's mesmerizing to watch these things work, especially when you're doing something weird like a complex vase mode print like this. To think there's no retractions, there's no stopping, there's no discrete layers. This is all one single extrusion for the entire model. That's just awesome. There's just something cool about that. This is an original Ender 2. I'm actually running it off of a solar-powered battery. I have the heat bed turned off, and this is running on solar power. So this battery down here is charged by solar, and I have this battery plugged into that battery, and I'm just using the 12-volt jack. It can only put out 58 watts on the DC jack, so I can't run the heat bed on this battery. I could use the AC port, but then I need the power supply. And the whole cool thing about this is I don't need the power supply. I just bring the printer and the battery, and a solar panel on the roof of the car, and that's it. Oh, really? Tech ingredients. Uh-oh. It's cooling down for some reason. Why is it cooling down? I must have a loose wire. Why is it cooling down? Come on, heat up. I don't even know if that's printing. 165 is awfully cold. Yeah, it's still cooling down. I don't know why. What do you want, Michelle? What do you want, Michelle? What? I can't hear you. This phone has a 3.5 watt speaker on the back. Yeah, it's dead. It's not heating up anymore. I don't know why. We're down to 160 and it's still not going. And I don't know why. It has to be a wire, right? Oh, wait a minute. No. Come on. It's drawing power. But it won't heat up. It's got to be a bad heater cartridge, and I just burned myself. Can I pause? Yes, I can. It's holding at 160. Now it went up to 161. Oh. The hot end fan just turned back on. And we're heating back up again. I don't know why. Something reset. Huh. Yeah, I must have a loose connection inside. Alright, I think I got it. It's missing a couple layers, but I was able to push it back down. You'll turn the lead screw and make it come down again. Since this part of the model is completely symmetrical, I can get away with that. And we're back up to temperature again. That is so weird. Yeah, it's one nice thing about this phone is that this is the one that has the infrared camera and the thermal camera, but it has a 3.5 watt speaker on the back. That whole thing there is a big speaker, so it's loud. Like this is a phone where you can listen to audiobooks or music or YouTube without plugging in or connecting to anything else, because that speaker is more than loud enough. With enough fidelity to not make you want to commit suicide. Yeah, it must be a loose wire, because the hot end fan also turned off. The cooling fan stayed on, but the hot fan and the heater cartridge both turned off, which is weird. I wonder if it could be that. Yeah, we're drawing 52 watts now, which is really close to its limit. I was wondering why it got, like, it's a pretty quiet printer because I have ball bearing fans and stepper dampers and stuff on this, but I was wondering why it got quieter. And it's because that one little fan turned off. That would certainly do it. It's warming up a little bit. 48 degrees outside, so it's not too cold. What does the weather look like coming up? Why would you show me that? Oh, we're going to warm right back up again. Nice. 60s and a couple of 70s. A couple of 50s in there too, but we're starting to get warm back up again. Nights are still going to be chilly. You know, still below freezing a lot of nights. Did I cut that all the way down? No. But I did cut this one all the way down. Yeah. That's alright. That'll work fine. Alrighty guys, I think that's about it. This has got another 2.5 hours to finish printing, and then I got 3 hours to print the nose cone, and then I'll get to see if they fit. So I will call it for today. I will see you guys next week. I'm going to run out to the post office, and then I got a grocery pickup for Walmart and Smith's. You know, nice thing about the electric car is I can afford to go to both places and get the best deal on each. So like some of the stuff is like 50 cents cheaper at Smith's, and because they're only a mile apart and I'm not spending any gas, I can go to both. So I will see you guys all later. We'll see you next week. We're probably going to do a printer build next week. I have another printer I want to work with, so we'll probably do that printer build next week and go from there, and I'll let you guys know how this comes out. I'm going to modify this now to put a BT20 in it for the for 18mm motors, because this is going to be much. It's only this rocket's only going to weigh like 120 grams, not even 110 grams. So 100 to 110 grams. So this is probably more suited for. I can actually tell you. Recent factory files, nose. Yes. This is going to consume 22 grams. So the whole rocket's going to be 82 grams, not counting the motor. So it's going to be very lightweight. And so I'm going to put like probably like a B64 or a C65 in it. It'll be plenty to make it fly plenty high. The other guy, he's going to put an F-15 in it. So yeah, that's going to go high. So that's it. I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much, JG, for that $10. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys all later.